Colts, ceiling floor, I think the ceiling will be 9-8,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the floor will be 6-11. I want to put the ceiling higher than 9-8, but I can't because the past
Mm-hmm.
2 seasons it's been 9-8, 8-9, right? So it's
Yeah.
been in the middle. So I think the ceiling realistically is 9-8 for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Could I see them break it? Potentially, right? There is potential for them to break that ceiling.
Yeah.
But until then, I think it's time to get a more realistic point of view here, and then kind of look at the things that we need to look at. But
Yeah.
now we're gonna get into the regular season prediction. So the Colts, looking at the schedule here, week 1 we start off against Miami. I think we start off on a dub there. Week 2 we host the Denver Broncos. I think originally I was gonna say a win, but they are the Broncos. So I think this is going to be a really tough game.
Mm-hmm.
However, Bo Nix did struggle a lot against our defense, and our defense is way better now this year. So I think
Yeah.
that's going to be a really big defensive game against Denver, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It all depends on the Daniel Jones, right? Is he going to make costly mistakes versus Denver like Richardson did? And you could see where that ended up. We ended up getting destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
31-13. Or is Daniel Jones going to take care of the football and win the football game, right? I think
Yeah.
for now I'm going to say a loss, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts actually won the game
Yeah.
because for one, we're not a mile high. We're at
Yeah.
our house. And for two, we have a way better defense than last year. So I think we'll see where that game ends up, but I think 1-1 is fair. We go to
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee, I think we win that game. LA, I think we lose. LA Rams always seem to have our number for some reason. It's a weird thing with the Rams. Every single time we face them, they just
Yeah.
find ways to beat the Colts. Last time was just so heartbreaking when Puka Nacua got that touchdown in overtime. Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
But to know y'all went that
But
far with
yeah,
them, it's still like y'all have a good like wherewithal
yeah,
with how y'all want to play against them.
yeah. So now I think 2-2. I think we beat the Raiders week
Mm-hmm.
5. We get 3-2. Arizona Cardinals. I think we beat them. I think we go 4-2. We lose to LA Chargers at LA. Go 4-3. Week 8, we 2-0. I think we sweep the Titans. We go 5-3 here. The Steelers. We travel to Pittsburgh. It's Aaron Rodgers, but for some reason Shane Steichen always seems to have Mike Tomlin's number. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna go ahead and say that we win that game. Go, what would it be? 6-3, I believe. Yeah, I think that's 6-3. Yeah, 6-3. 6-3. I think week 10 we go to face the Falcons. I think we lose that game. Specifically just because the Falcons, I just think that's a really rough matchup for the Colts. When I
Yeah.
look at the Falcons roster, so I'm gonna go ahead and say 6-4. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
6-4, entering the bye week. Now, this is where I'm gonna have to do a little more explaining. Week 11 bye week. Look
Yeah.
at the second half, Aaron. That is a
I'm
really
looking
hard
at it.
stretch.
I'm looking
You
at it
have
right
the
now.
Chiefs, the Texans twice, the Jaguars twice. You have Seattle. You have San Fran. I mean, that is a hard
Yeah.
stretch of what is that, like 7 games left in the season. So
Yeah.
it's going to be rough for the Indianapolis Colts to get through this. I think, man, the only way the Colts can make the playoffs this year is if they end those first 10 weeks that I just mentioned. They
Mm-hmm.
have to end at least 7-3
Yeah.
or 6-4. I have them 6-4 right now, but that's rough, right? I think
Yeah.
you have to end at least 7-3 or 8-2 going into the bye. I have them at 6-4, but let's play it out, right? Week 12, we're
Mm-hmm.
traveling to Kansas City after the bye. I want to be a homer and say, hey, we can beat the Chiefs just because we beat them the past 2 times, right?
Yeah.
Because somehow Patrick Mahomes, it's so weird. Mahomes has a bad day against us every time. It's like, again, those 2 times, like he just played
Yeah.
so iffy. I don't know how to describe his play, but it's so weird. I think Chiefs
Just
fans
so
always
out
find
of
it
touch
weird
with
that
him.
we beat them. Yeah, exactly. The Colts somehow find ways to beat the Chiefs, but this time around, I think I'm gonna say I want to say a loss, but because we are coming out of a bye, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it all depends on how the Colts look at this point of the year. I'm going to say a loss. I'm just going to say a loss. Prove me wrong, right? Maybe the Colts end up beating the Chiefs, but I'm just going to say a loss for now.
Well,
Six and five. I think
and honestly, with the Colts facing Chiefs, the Chiefs the week before, like it's kind of one of those like it's like teams, if they lose the week before, they can go into the next week and lose again because the week before they play y'all, Chiefs are playing the Broncos in Denver. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe the Denver gives them a good fight to where they're kind of just still worn out, and the Colts manage to beat them.
I mean, we are coming off a bye.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a loss for now. I think the Colts are going to have to prove me wrong. I think Colts will prove me wrong. Let the Colts prove me wrong on this one because I think they will. I honestly think the Colts will win.
I'd even cheer if y'all beat them.
For the prediction, for the prediction's sake, I'll just say a loss, 6-5, and then week 13. I think we beat Houston, right? I think we split with Houston this season. So we go 7-5. I think we will win in Jacksonville for the first time. I'm gonna predict it. I'm gonna say hot take. We beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville.
Okay.
I think it's gonna happen this year. Hopefully, I'm not jinxing it.
Do y'all sweep Jacksonville?
Praying I'm not jinxing it. I think we sweep Jacksonville this year. Because screw Jacksonville. Anyways, week 15. Week 15 at Seattle. We're gonna go ahead here. Okay, that's I believe 7-5, if I'm not mistaken, or 8-5. I think heading into Seattle, 8-5.
Sometimes I get so lost. Like,
yeah, it'll be 8-5. I think we beat Seattle. We go 9-5. Actually, yeah, no, we go into Seattle. I think San Fran's a rough game. That's where I'm gonna. Honestly, San Fran is a really rough game. I think we'll lose that one. We'll go 9-6. I know it's Monday night, but it's just going to be rough. Going against a team like them, it's at our house, but I think I'll say 9-6. We sweep Jacksonville, go 10-6, and then we lose the Texans and go 10-7. And I will put this for the matter of fact that 10-7 is my record prediction, even though I had the ceiling at 9-8. I think my prediction is 10-7. I think we will break our ceiling this year.
And I can see 10-7 a good ceiling for y'all. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I have the ceiling at 9-8, but I'm gonna go ahead and predict the 10-7 just for the sake of, I think the Colts can break the ceiling this year. They can break the narrative, right? This is the year after Jim Irsay, the owner, passed away. Rest in peace to the owner of the Colts. And I think this year matters so much more for the organization, for the fans, for the players, right? Jim Irsay was an inspiration. He was, just such a figure in Indianapolis, and I think it would mean so much if the Colts can make the playoffs this year just for him, right? And go 10-7 and break the ceiling. But yeah, that's gonna be my prediction.